Hey you guys, what's up? It is KJ and I am here to talk about Marriage Boot Camp. I think this is going to be I don't even know. I think it's season 6, episode 2. Anyway, the correct information will be in the bottom description bar or the title of the video. In the event I'm getting it wrong. But yeah, season 6, episode 2, that's it. All right, you guys, just to give y'all an update real quick, I am at home recovering. I had the surgery on Wednesday. Everything went good. Just everybody who was kind of checking on me, I thank you so much. I appreciate that. And I'm just at home recovering. I'll be at home for 6 weeks, so trying to get used to being sick and shut in and just kind of being in the house and not moving around and not doing too much. So I did definitely watch the shows. Like I said, we're going to start out with Marriage Boot Camp, then I'm going to come back in and do If Loving You Is Wrong. All right, so we're on day 2. The title of this day is called Love and Loss. Basically, it starts off with Margot. She is uncomfortable that Nico is there, Nico kind of came in and busted up the groove with her and her girlfriend, America. Nico wants to get to the next steps in their situation, so, that's why he is here. Storm and Karen having issues with Storm being emotional, with Storm not being an emotional person. He loves his kids more than Karen. He basically said that, and he guarantees his daughter would never love another man the more than she loves him. I just think that's crazy because somebody said something about his daughter being married or whatnot, and he was like that. She won't ever love him more than she loved me, which is retarded. But, Storm is kind of just like, he's really stubborn. He's more like a bully to me. I don't know, but he's really stubborn and bullheaded and really don't live in reality when he's saying stuff like that. I don't think Karen is emotional. I just don't think that she's feeling appreciated by him. Anyway, he tell her she about to get him to the next level. I'm not sure what that means, but he coming off as some type of woman beater to me. Very, very aggressive. Karen can't express her emotions any way, good or bad, and Storm don't even think they even have enough problems to even be on the show to begin with. He said that he will never change, and he thinks that's one of his final qualities, that he's that way. He's not with the emotional stuff at all. So I don't even know why he on this show, because this show is about opening up and checking into your emotional side, basically. He is that guy who just don't want to get no resolution and has no communication. Karen thinks maybe she needs to just kind of deal with it and realize that's who he is. If she want to be with him, then that's what she got to be with. But clearly, she is unhappy, and Storm just has no communication skills unless it's something he want answers to. Nico says that he's still in love with Margot, and Margot is kind of upset that he's saying that, and she obviously feels some type of way with some kind of underlying feelings because she has not gotten a divorce from him. The housemates even tell Margot that if this is not what you want and you don't want to be married, get a divorce. All this is very easy. It's definitely everybody giving her easy ways to get a divorce. You can go online, you can do this, you can do that, but she really doesn't want to hear it. And she's just like, she's still married to him, but that doesn't mean she's a bad girlfriend. That whole statement don't even make no sense. But anyway, she doesn't seem to have, Margot just needs to get a divorce, but she don't want to. And it's because she still got feelings for Nico. It's really clear. If you're just watching them, it's really clear. And basically Nico knows that, and he's using it to his advantage. And that's why he was able to barge in on the show and her relationship, or whatever you want to call it. That's why he was able to really come in and infiltrate the situation. The couples meet up to go over the first drill. So the drill is basically to test their love for each other. And they separate the couples. Half go off to be with the ones, to be the ones to see how they will be affected. Their partners need to learn the lesson on basically how they treat the other one and what it means to lose their partner in real life. So they go over their worst arguments. Nico and America get into it again about why he's there, and he would tell Margot he loves her, but he's not in love with her. And basically America believed everything that Margot ever told her about her marriage, and it's clear that she is in denial what Margot is feeling because she is not pro-divorce no matter what he says or does. So America need to come to grips with that. Like, yeah, he say all this, but you still ain't got no divorce at the end of the day. They hear shots in the background, and the drill begins. Each partner goes outside to somewhat of a crime scene or whatever, and something has happened to their partner who basically has passed away. So they literally in a body bag looking like they dead. And these were the last words that you said. So they start with Kiki and Michael, and Kiki basically get emotional. She read over her last words that she said to him, and she don't like it. She don't like the whole scene, the whole setup. When she reading her last words, she said to him, she tells him that it's even worse. She tells the specialist that it's even worse when they at home. She say worse things. She call him fat, all this and that. And Michael just basically after, so he get up and tell her that she needs to stop with the disrespect. They seem to be into the drills and into making things right for their relationship. And she told him, he doesn't say she told him that he told her that she don't say very nice things. And she admitted that. And she told him that he was the best thing that ever happened to her, really. So she really is trying to check herself. Then we go to Jade and Tanner. This is the couple who, I don't really know much about, but Jade is the girl, and she's in the bag. She's in a body bag, and he read his last words that he said to her and told her she was worthless. But he feels bad about what he's saying, and he is not really allowing himself to feel because he knows this is not a real drill. He knows she's not really dead. So she kind of want him to, and I can understand it's hard to do, but you should be able to tap into tap into yourself. Like, if this was to ever happen, how would I feel? And Jade want him to open up more, and he feels like it's like an ultimatum type of thing because he want her to change on her side too, but that's not what the drill is about. It's really about him understanding what she means to her. She means to him because he's the one that says she's worthless, she's not a good team partner and all that stuff. Jim and Amber. Amber is the breast cancer survivor, so this drill is really kind of real to her because she has almost had, near-death experience. And she basically freaks out when they try to close the body bag, and she got a hard time doing the drill. But then they tell her that this is not for you. This is for Jim to feel, her loss if this was to ever happen. So he walks up nervous, but he read his last words, and Jim should understand better than anybody what they are being faced with a little near death experience. But at the end of the day, Jim still blames her for getting cancer. He actually said that she made some bad lifestyle decisions. He feel like she made some bad lifestyle decisions that could have contributed to her having cancer, and she need to understand consequences. Jim is a bad husband, and I would divorce him after this show. Like, he is really saying some out of line stuff I just ain't with personally myself. Some things you just can't take back. Words can cut like a knife. Margot and America read America read her last words and admits that these are the words of frustration and anger. She's like, Margot says she has never heard that before from America, and they kind of hug it out. Margot has to redo it because she got another partner there, which is Nico. And basically she said the same thing. He reads his last words, say he was hurt and he apologized, and she said the same thing. She never heard him say those things to her. And that because things are different doesn't mean that she's going to abandon him. And Margot is confused. And this is also allowing America to see what she's up against in a relationship with this married woman. Like, you obviously still have feelings for him, and it's coming out. Karen and Storm, basically, so Karen and Storm reads his last words. Karen is the one in the body bag. He basically laughing the drill off. He know it's not real, so he don't even want to take it serious. He don't want to go into the emotional side of this period because he refused to tap into his emotions. I think it's a waste of time for them two to even be on this show, period, because they're not going to get anywhere. He never opened up. Karen, again, gets frustrated when he was with his behavior, and they asked him to help her step down, and she kind of snatched away from him like, don't touch me. The dude can't even say he loved her or nothing like that. And personally, I would not be with a stubborn guy like this, but I assume he has to have shown her some type of affection at some point because they have been together for quite a while. But by the way he acting, I would say peace out on the whole show. Everything, like, he making her look like a fool on the show. Lastly, they meet up with the judges, in the judges' chambers for evaluation. And Tanner basically says that he saw himself and he didn't like it and he wants to fix it. So I think they're going to have a chance. Kiki showed her softer side is basically what the judge told her. But the judge give her a good critique. And can she take it as if it's wrong, something wrong? She take it the wrong way again, just like she did last week. And she's not taking constructive criticism well, basically. She feels like nobody understands her. And she admits that she's an angry person. And basically nobody understands her but her kids. Michael has trying to tell her that she's saying you did a good job, why you tripping? Mm-hmm. And Kiki, she got some real issues, and she got some habits she definitely need to break. She says she the only person that understands her, like I said, is her kids. Amber and Jim. So Jim is a deflector. He don't feel like he has done anything wrong. He don't feel like he said anything wrong, and everything he's saying, he's some validation to it. Jim is a true asshole through and through. Storm is working on overtime to keep his emotions in check, and that's what the judge tell him basically. And he making it feel like she, he makes it feel like she is less than. Karen has to learn how to talk to Storm and get into the core of Storm, and that's what the judge tells her, and to take a different approach. And Storm is just still not here for it to me. He's still kind of being bullheaded about the situation. And then Margot, America, and Nico. Margot feeling selfish basically at this point because she can see that she pulling both of them both sides. America needs to realize she is the calm between these two storms, which is Nico and Margot. Nico actually crying and upset, which I just can't take him serious, only because I've seen him on Love and Hip Hop and how conniving and evil he can be. So I just can't really take Nico serious, even when he's shedding tears. Nico upset, but this is where their marriage is, and Margot is the one key person. Like, she has everybody kind of going back and forth and on hold. She is the main one that has decisions to make about this relationship. Storm is still threatening Karen after they come out the judge's chambers not to ever talk to him that way, and I feel like he is a woman beater, y'all. I promise you. I just feel like he give me woman beater tease. America go and give Margot somewhat of an ultimatum, basically saying Margot need to make a decision. And Margot says yesterday her mind was made up. Today she is completely confused. Karen and Storm go to bed arguing and saying, like I said, he's saying, you talk to me like that one more time in front of these people and you're going to have the worst problem of your life. I wouldn't even wish him on nobody I dislike. Really. He's just really, really violent. He a big dude. He a cutie, but it's way more to it than your looks, boo. Trust me. It's definitely not about looks. It's more about personality, and you don't have it. Anyway, y'all, that was pretty much it. I tried to make this a quick recap for you guys. Thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to subscribe. It do not cost a dime. And peace out.